going to make pork egg fouillon. Today we're going to use some spicy sausage and to make 2 egg fouillon, and each one would be, well, 4 to 6 eggs, depending on how large a skillet you use. So 2 entree portions or 4 appetizer portions of egg fouillon. You only need a ½ pound of protein. I'm going to pull the pork out of the pan because I've browned it. And I'm going to reserve just enough of the drippings to coat the bottom of the pan. For 8 to 10 eggs, I added about 2 teaspoons of light soy, 1 teaspoon of white pepper, right there, and I added about a teaspoon of dark sesame oil. We are also going to add about a ½ teaspoon or so of cornstarch. I took a tiny splash of water and I made what's called a slurry. We're going to add this little bit of slurry to our eggs. So we're gonna take that same skillet that we cooked our protein of choice in, and we're gonna put it right back on the stove. Add a touch more high temperature cooking oil, and we're going to get the mushrooms going. And then as they shrink down, we'll add our carrots and leeks. For the sauce, all I did was in this tiny little pot, reducing here on the stove very kind of quietly and gently in the corner here, I have 3/4 cup of stock. Chicken bone broth, vegetable stock, beef stock, pair it up to whatever your protein is, okay? And I start with 3/4 cup of the stock. To that, I added about a 1/4 cup of ketchup, regular tomato ketchup. And I just gave it a fat squirt. I didn't measure it, just added it to the pot. A good splash each of dark soy and light soy. About 2 teaspoons of each. Then, same thing we did with our eggs. Little bit of cornstarch slurry with a tiny splash of water. And we're gonna add that to our sauce to be the thickening agent. And that's our tiny little amount of gravy. That's all you need. So our mushrooms have shrunk way down. So now I'm gonna throw in that 1 carrot and our 1 leek. Get this going, and then I'll add the cabbage. So here it is with the leeks, the cabbage and carrots all wilted together with those shiitakes. We're going to add the ginger and garlic and a little of our bean sprout. Not all, some. That looks like way too much stuff in the pan, Rach. What's going on? How are you gonna fit in the eggs? Well, you can't. What we're doing is working ahead and cooking all of our veg at the same time, so we can take half of our veg out and reserve it for later to make the second omelet. This is looking a hair dry. I'm just gonna add a touch of canola or high temperature spray. You can add another drizzle of peanut or canola oil. I'm gonna add back in half of your protein of choice, John's protein of choice. And then we're going to pour in half of our egg sesame soy mixture with white pepper. Looks good. And then I'm going to just take my little spatula here, make sure the egg goes all the way to the edge so that it sets. And I'm gonna put it back on the heat and cover it. Whoa, look at that! Perfection! Okay, now the transfer is kind of everything here. I know you wanna be cool and just like, whoop, flip it over. It'll end up all over your foot. Just get over it and turn it upside down onto the plate. And then you take your beautiful golden brown pork egg fouillon, pour your gravy down over the top. Yeah, baby. And then I'm gonna put in a little more mung bean sprout in the middle. I'm gonna hit it with a lot of chive with some flowers because it makes me happy. That's half our eggs. That's 5 eggs, kids. Look at that. Crazy. Crazy. Anyway, enjoy the egg fouillon.